So let's begin by settling the body, adopting a stable, comfortable, upright position serviceable for meditation. So think about keeping our feet flat and our back straight, torso open, hands in the lap, right over left, with the palms upturned and the thumbs gently touching. Our eyes are gently closed or slightly open, making sure we let in enough light to remain alert. And try to maintain an awareness of not slouching, not leaning. Also let go of any unnecessary tension or rigidity in the body. Just allowing the body to fall into place. Begin to move our awareness inward, allowing sights and sounds to be as they are, without investigation, constraining our awareness just to the body and mind. Letting go of thoughts of the past, plans for the future, concentrating our awareness in the present by attending closely to the physical sensation of the air as it moves into and back out of the tip of the nostrils. Noticing quickly when anything other than that one physical sensation is arising in the mind, and without judgment or frustration, lifting our awareness up from those distractions quickly, returning our attention again and again to the breath. And then when the mind feels more calm, we'll generate a broad, altruistic motivation for our time, taking a moment to rejoice in our own good fortune, having woken up yet again in perfect human rebirth with all of its freedoms and endowments, recognizing that we ourselves have all of the necessary inner and outer conditions to practice the path, and that to use today or this life to just secure temporary, fleeting forms of enjoyment and pleasure would be to ignore the incredible opportunity of this perfect human rebirth. Now is the time to move beyond that narrow self preoccupation to take the essence of this life by achieving something beyond just amassing wealth or comfort, to truly unlock the potential of the mind, not only for oneself, but primarily for others, to be of benefit, to repay the kindness shown to us from all other sentient beings, to lead them to a state of true happiness, a state beyond any suffering. To use today in this life to develop new habits, new familiarities with constructive states of mind, to reduce and ultimately eliminate the influence of destructive states of mind, and to transform the mind in this way in order to naturally, spontaneously be of benefit to others. And take that motivation as the purpose of our time. And with that motivation, we continue with contemplating the fifth verse of the 8 verses of thought transformation. When others out of jealousy mistreat me with abuse, insults, and the like, I will practice accepting defeat and offering the victory to them. When others out of jealousy mistreat me with abuse, insults, and the like, I will practice accepting defeat and offering the victory to them. So this is helping us to work with our natural inclination to respond to harm with harm, Ordinarily, we become defensive, we retaliate when we feel insulted, mistreated, rather than responding with patience. So, if we think of when in our lives we've been on the receiving end of insults, you can see how it's directly related to ego grasping, not being able to tolerate, not being seen how we want to be seen, thinking that other people's words are necessarily true. Instead, we can try to learn from other people pointing out our faults, see if there is some truth to it, and if not, then just regard it as their own view. And in either case, not taking it on board in a painful way, either seeing it as an opportunity to learn or seeing it as something that just belongs to someone else. No need to get upset either way. So, this is working with the energy of needing to always be right, needing to always be on the receiving end of praise, to win. So, think back in your own life how this drive is operating, this impulse, how you carry it with you into every interaction and it becomes triggered again and again. And then imagine one such recent experience, bringing it to mind, and think what would it have meant to just allow the other person to act in whatever way they wanted to act without needing to respond out of anger, out of attachment to reputation, to be able to remain calm. Try to be determined to let go of that need in the mind to win every argument, to always be seen as correct, to never be on the receiving end of criticism. And then the next verse, even if someone I have benefited and in whom I have placed great hopes hurts me very badly, I will practice seeing that one as my sublime teacher. Even if someone I have benefited and in whom I have placed great hopes hurts me very badly, I will practice seeing that one as my sublime teacher. And with this verse, we work with expectation. Often, when we feel as though we have spent time, energy, effort, resources to help others, that they owe us in return, that they should always be kind, be appreciative, they should always work for our interests. These people that we are close to, And when it doesn't happen in that way, it can be particularly painful. So here we're trying to develop an attitude of love and compassion that isn't dependent upon certain ways of being treated, even in these more extreme situations. An unconditional love and compassion would continue to wish for the happiness and the freedom from suffering of any sentient being, regardless of whether they responded to our kindness with kindness or not. The degree to which our love and compassion is conditional is an indication of our own lack of mental training, spiritual growth. Many of our relationships are reciprocal, transactional. Our willingness to benefit them is in relation to their willingness to benefit us. And people are always failing to live up to unrealistic expectations. So we can take these experiences again as opportunities to learn. Am I able to generate unconditional love and compassion? Am I free from expectation? Do I simply want this person to be happy and to be free of suffering? Or is that dependent upon how they decide to treat me? If it is our goal to fully awaken our potential, we must be able to eventually regard all sentient beings in that way. So again, we provided with valuable information about how far we have yet to go when we catch ourselves relating out of expectation. So try to again think of a time when such an expectation was not met. The disappointment that arose in the mind. and try to focus on seeing that person as simply a suffering sentient being, deserving love and compassion. And try to be determined each time you catch yourself responding in that way to return to your determination to see all sentient beings as always worthy of your own love and compassion. And then when you're ready, we'll come back together and we'll dedicate. So recollect your altruistic motivation and think that by having engaged in this contemplation, you've actualized that motivation, which has generated positive energy in your mind. And think that you freely offer the fruit of your practice, that positive energy for the benefit of all sentient beings, without exception. Thinking strongly when this positive energy ripens, may it serve as a cause and condition to eliminate war and conflict, poverty, famine, disease, disasters, all painful inner and outer conditions. May it fully ripen the minds of all sentient beings. May they quickly meet perfect teachers and arise in the state of full enlightenment. May I too achieve the state of enlightenment so that I might work for the benefit of all sentient beings perfectly. May any obstacles facing the Guru's long life be completely dispelled. And may I and all sentient beings in this moment come under the joyful care and guidance of enlightened beings. May we be guided and protected until we swiftly achieve that state of enlightenment. Thank you.